Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to continue driving the Pigeon in the Drive the Pigeon scenarios. Last video we did the first 5, and this video we're going to do the last 5. So this is number 6. Get down to the checkpoint within 35 seconds. So this one should be real quick. Not a checkpoint run, nor time attack. This is only about getting down the land without breaking your spine. We don't have medical supervision at this height, so we installed an inflatable mat down there to reduce risk of injury. Leo completed this event in a time of 35 seconds. It's your turn now. Please, Leo don't know what he's doing. He probably didn't even floor it. I bet he just gave it a little bit of gas and was scared of things. Me, I'm gonna floor it. I should not have floored it. We got stuck in a tree in about 5 seconds flat. That's actually impressive. So maybe Leo was right when he didn't floor it immediately. Fine, just this once Leo beats me, but it was only because I didn't know what to expect. So we're gonna take it nice and easy this time. Although it's still going about 30-40 miles per hour going through that thing of this downhill, and uh-oh, we just flipped over. We are back on our wheels. Come on, get through there, and there is the end. Yes, there is the end. Okay. Although that is painful. Like, that did not really use the cushion the way I was supposed to. I kind of want to try this again and do it a way that would work better, because it says, woo, you survived, but I don't really know if that would have survived. That was pretty dangerous. So this time, I'm not going to take that middle road, because that middle road just bounces you a little too much, I think, to go as fast as I'd want to go. We're going to go around and see if that works out. So when we get down here, we're going to go over to the left. And now I'm just going to go real fast and hopefully drive off the edge right about where the cushion is. There we go. That's how you land on the cushion. Very little damage to the vehicle as well. That was much, much better. And that time it's actually like, yeah, I probably survived without any serious injury. So now we go on to number 6, which says complete the jungle sprint race. First race with your rival. Jason has the same identical powered pigeon like yours, but knows how to get ahead faster. If you come second, don't worry. You'll not be disqualified in this. Good luck. So wait a minute. What happened to Leo? Did I just destroy Leo so bad? He's like, I retire from pigeon driving. He is the superior pigeon driver, so I'm never going to do it anymore. And actually, I want to see how the AI drives the pigeon through here. Ow, okay. That's how they drive, I guess. They crash into me. Maybe we'll take a look at them after we do a successful run. And ooh, I'm losing control right there. I'm going faster than I did last time because they bumped me, which caused me to get more speed. You know, I'm pretty sure their car's faster than me. I know they're saying, oh, we have the same car. I don't believe it. They were bumping into me at a really high rate of speed. Although I would expect them to really be just gaining on me hard right here because I'm flooring it and I'm just not really accelerating. And they could floor it through here, and I'm sure they could probably go like 50, 60 miles per hour when I'm only there at 40 miles per hour. Or here, I'm even at 30. And look at behind me, though. They're just gone. My guess is that they maybe spun out and crashed after trying to crash into me. And I have an open road to the finish line with nothing to worry about. Although that feels too easy, you know? It's like, yeah, I won, but I don't feel like I earned it because I didn't do anything. I just kind of cruised along in the race, and they wrecked themselves, and I hit that again. Last time I drove this road, I hit that bump. This time, yeah, I hit it too. I don't know what's with that bump, but I can't not hit it. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. That was bad. I thought I was going to roll off the edge for a second, and 5 checkpoints from the finish or so. That would have been terrible. All right. I'm curious what happened to them. So I'm going to just do something real quick. I'm going to park my car right here. So if they come up on me, they'll push me to the finish, and I'll finish first. And then I'm going to see where... Huh? Okay, so apparently I failed. I don't know why, because he's not there. We're going to try this again, and that idea didn't work. I was just going to do something different there. Hey, look at that! You can tell they got, like, the wide body on their vehicle, and I don't. And also, I swear, it sounds like their engine revs differently, like it has a more powerful engine. Yeah, I don't think this is a fair race after all, but that's not going to stop me from winning it with ease. So right here, they're going slow. My chance to overtake. And I'm assuming they're not going to spin out this time. I don't know if them spinning out is a frequent occurrence or not. Again, though, this would be a really good place for them to gain on me with their more powerful engine. And I'm not seeing anything. And I did not touch them when I passed them. They're still driving, though, because the checkpoints are kind of disappearing on their own. So They have not spun out. Last time, I don't think the checkpoints were doing that, so they definitely spun out last time. This time, though, we do have a race going on. I just don't know how close it is. Because I'm listening real closely. I only hear my engine. I do not hear their engine at all. And it is kind of funny watching the checkpoints disappear before you get there. Like, it makes you feel like you're a little bit behind or something, but you're doing fine. It's just the checkpoints act a little bit funny when there are multiple cars doing driving. I wonder why I failed last time, though. Oh, not again. That little bump every time. But last time, I wonder if I failed because I came to a stop or if it's because of the time limit was hit. I don't really know what caused it. So we're not going to take any risks this time. We're just going to go straight to the finish and win this thing. Right into the wall. I don't care. And then where are they? Oh, see, they're right behind me. So they say, man, you are a tough competitor. You know it, man. I am tough. Because I thought you would be Leo, but you're actually Jason. I don't care about you. So next up, we got number 8. It says this event is the key to unlock the doors of the semi-final race. This is the final jungle trail. Then tomorrow, there'll be a semi-final race and later the final we were waiting for. Behind you is the sleeping volcano. Interesting, isn't it? And also, this is the longest trail. So be a little slow on bumps and turns or you have to come back here again. So how many checkpoints could this be? 71. I thought the other ones were long at the 50 checkpoint range. Now we're up to 70. So my question is this going to be the longest one in terms of time or just distance and checkpoints? That's what we're going to figure out. I think the first one took me like 4 minutes and 15 seconds or so. So we'll see how this one compares to that one. You'll see that we are already 7 checkpoints in, which means we're basically 10% of the way. But we really can't use that to estimate how long this is going to be because the sample size is just too small. We need to run this whole thing like halfway through and then I would feel safe saying, okay, it's going to take about double that. And even then, as you saw before in the previous Drive the Pigeon videos, it wasn't that accurate when I tried to do that anyways. Oh, this is surprisingly a tight corner. I did not realize it was going to be that tight. I was going in it all fast and reckless and almost just rolled right off the edge right there. That was not good. All right. Gotta be a little more careful now. Make sure we don't make any dumb mistakes because we are 20 out of 70 checkpoints, which sounds like a lot again, but that's 1 minute of driving. Like exactly 1 minute of driving to do 20 checkpoints. That's actually pretty impressive. And what is this? Okay, that is... I didn't like that one bit, but we made it. We could just barely fit through that. That you do not want to go too fast through because it looks so uneven. It could just bounce you right off the edge in the blink of an eye. But you also don't want to go too slow because then you just slowly slide off the edge. You're going to find that right speed. And what I had right there was the right speed. And oh. Hey, never mind. I was all disappointed for a second. And then it just said, nah, I'm just playing with you. I'm going to roll back upright. I wonder if it's because I got those fatter rear fenders, if it helps it kind of not perfectly sit on its side so it rolls back upright. If so, that is the main benefit I have from having the more powerful version of the Pigeon. Because in off-roading, actually, this isn't the best engine for that, it feels like, though, because it has no power down low. The other one, it didn't rev very high, but it had power at like 2,000 RPM, no problem. This one, though, it doesn't have power until like 4,000, 5,000 RPM, and when you're going through an off-road section, there's a lot of times where you're going so slow, where you're kind of at the 3,000 RPM mark, and you're just like, oh, go, go, go. Well, I like this area right here. How it has the overhang everywhere, so you can't see anything but the trees when you look up. That's really cool, and I'm so distracted by that, I almost rolled it over. That's not good. Oh, that's even worse. Ooh, look at this. This is the part where we go across the container, and I've seen this from other locations. I've never actually driven it on Jungle Rock Island, I think. So we are finding some new roads that I never touch here. I feel like there should be like a spawn point over here. I don't know, it feels like all the spawn points in Jungle Rock Island just kind of avoid some of the off-road sections like right here. Oh, come on! So like right here, this is the perfect time to have a good engine with lots of power down low. You don't have to worry about the top end because right there, we weren't revving that high. And when we started revving that high, we just had no traction. We started spinning the wheels. Definitely not an ideal vehicle, but that extra rear fender, making it less likely to roll over, might be the big benefit. And right there, that was kind of awkward. Like this is a weird corner. Again, a section I never really drive. That was actually a pretty nice view too. I should have took a second to look at it, but now it's too late. I'm not about to try to back around now. So I'm looking at the clock too. We're about 1 minute from this being the same length as the other scenario we did previously. Will we be able to match that time? You know, I think we're going to do one better. We are flying through these last checkpoints. We're going to beat that last time of 4 minutes and 15 seconds, I think. Because now we only got 5 checkpoints left. And it looks like it's getting a little bit easier now. It's not as bumpy as it was at the start. I think we can floor it from here on out for a time of 3 minutes and about 50 seconds. Not bad at all. Oh, that was cool. I did a little roll right there. So he says, hey, remember the first time you cleared that hard event so easily? I'm still confused how you drive so on these roads. Is that a question? Okay, yeah, sure, whatever, man. You do you, I do me. We're gonna do number 9. That's IX. It is semi-final race. Win the race at any cost. Semi-final race between you and your rivals, Leo and Jason. Will leave no stones unturned from letting you cross the finish line. So Leo's back. Okay, who are these other 2 dudes though? There's like Leo and Jason's rivals. Anyways, there's only first position here, no second and third. Be on the top and you will go to the finale. As this is the semi-final, I have added 2 more opponents to make it a little interesting. Afterwards, you'll be racing only with Leo and Jason for the big win. Enough talking? Now go and don't lose. Although shouldn't Jason and Leo have to win as well? Why did they get a free pass? I mean, they're racing in this race, so shouldn't they have to get first place or something? Nice pastel colors too for the cars. Good color theme for a Pigeon. And the AI, they just decided to kind of bump into each other a bit, so we get easy first place. And this is only 8 checkpoints long. So I don't think this race will be too long, but interestingly enough, this race is on a paved road. Every other race we've done so far was on the dirt and you're doing off-roading. Now it's a completely different driving experience. That, then you have a bunch of cars racing now. The other one, you had 1 car racing one time and that was it. And this is definitely not what a Pigeon is made to do. It wasn't made to off-road either, but it wasn't made to race. Because if it was made to race, it wouldn't tip over at the slightest hint of tight cornering. Like, I have to be really, really careful whenever I go around a corner not to steer too hard where it just rolls over or slides out of control. I mean, look at this. We're going at almost 85 miles per hour in a Pigeon. It's like I want to spin out or something. Although I did notice something interesting. When you're racing a Pigeon hard, it kind of makes me think of when you're driving a motorcycle in a video game. And let me explain this. So when you're driving this thing hard, you really got to manage the weight of the vehicle and how it transfers from wheel to wheel. And then when you're doing a video game with a motorcycle, you kind of have to do the same thing. You have to manage the weight on the wheels to make sure you don't tip over and stuff. So it kind of reminds me of the same experience where you're not really worried about actually going around the corner. You're more worried about making sure you don't tip over. And so far, we haven't really had any scares yet, and we're halfway through the race. So this is going to be about a 3-minute race, I would guess. So not a very long one at all. But I do like tunnels. Like, something about driving in a tunnel is just so relaxing. Same with that canopy earlier. Very, very similar idea, and something about driving through those just like, this is nice. I can't explain why, but it's nice. So I actually have no idea how far behind the AI is. They could have all spun out in the first corner for all I know. Or they might still be behind me. If I was paying attention, I could have listened for the sound when they go through a checkpoint, because you hear that as well as the sound for when you go through a checkpoint. So next time I hit a checkpoint, I'm going to listen for them and see if they're actually still behind me or not. And it's also kind of funny. The other ones, they had like 50 checkpoints, and you hit a checkpoint every 2 seconds. This one, it's 8 checkpoints, and you hit a checkpoint every 30 seconds or something. Just completely different from the last one. I guess it's a lot harder to cheat your way through the paved areas versus the dirt areas. You know, when you're off-roading, you might be able to easily find a path that just kind of sneaks through and is a shortcut. With this one, though, you're not really going to find a shortcut because you're driving along the whole island, it feels like. Also, my initial estimate of 3 minutes, that's going to be wrong because that checkpoint was really long. It's going to be more like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, maybe about. I don't know. It's really hard to know how far the next checkpoint's going to be. One that we just hit wasn't far at all, but the one before that was like 4 times the distance. So I'm going to listen for the AI too to hear if they go through a checkpoint or not. And so far I've heard nothing, which just, oh, there they go. I just heard them go through a checkpoint. So they're that far behind me. It's a pretty good margin, actually. All I got to do is make sure I don't crash. We got an easy victory here. 2 more checkpoints. Definitely not the time to crash. And I like that. There's a trailer right there that had a sign on it. This is white. Don't worry about that. It's just because there are other cars going through checkpoints. I'm pretty sure it'll still work when we get to the finish line. It's not something I did. It's just because the AI are also driving through checkpoints. At least, as far as I know, I didn't accidentally blow through a checkpoint. Like, I would have thought I would have noticed if I did that. All right, where is that final checkpoint? It's closer than I thought. So I said 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's drop that estimate down to 4 minutes. My estimates were all over the place this time. It's hard to know with the checkpoints being so spaced out. So a time of 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Ooh, harsh crash. And it's time for the finale. All right, so the finale is number 10, the final race. Finally, the end of the road, or you can say end of the line. You struggled a lot to reach till here, and it was worth it. I did not struggle. Jason and Leo struggled. Speaking of which, Leo and Jason are the only two opponents standing between you and your victory. Drive the Pigeon is going to end in 2 hours, so try to complete the race ASAP so that we can all go home. Well, what if I don't want to complete it immediately? What if I want to take as long as possible? I don't, but what if I did? Oh, look at the AI, they're going to be dumb again. Yep, they just crash into each other, and I'm like, bye. They're scared of having just 3 wheels. So like, we'll combine powers and we'll have 6 wheels. Except then they go really slow. So not the best strategy. But at least they're working as a team. That's what's important. I'm here to build a friendship between Jason and Leo. That's what I was actually hired to do, and I think they're now officially friends. And we're driving the exact same route we did last time, aren't we? Like, a different number of checkpoints, so I'm assuming it's going to be different. But I'm almost certain we did the same thing. It might not have been we started at the same spot, but we definitely drove through this tunnel in this direction. I went through the bridge before it, so that's kind of interesting. All right, let's see how fast we can get this thing going right here. This is like the high speed area. Can we get up to 85 miles per hour? Yes! And I'm slowing down because I'm scared. Pigeons going that fast is not a good thing! Don't you tip on me! Whoa! There's a tight corner here. Okay, yeah, this is different. I don't remember any tight corners on the last race we just did, so it was only the same for the first 3 checkpoints, which is about the first minute of the race. After that, it's all going to be different. And this is a lot tighter than the area we were driving on earlier. This one, we actually got to do some pretty slow corners. The other time, I was flooring it a lot. Here, though, we got to really slow it up on these corners because I could tip over so easily on these, especially the way they're banked and bumpy. Like, I could just go around the corner slightly awkwardly and we're done. We tipped over. The only chance I would have then is maybe the AI will come through and they'll bash into me and flip me upright. But if I'm tipping over, am I really going to tip over right in the middle of the road? Probably not. Probably I'll tip over and end up in the ditch, and then I have really low odds of making it the AI has to actually come into the ditch and smash into me. Don't see that happening if that happens, so just be careful is what I'm saying here. We got to be careful. Especially considering I have a pretty good lead, I think, already. I mean, we're only about halfway through, but I hit the checkpoint, and it was at 2 minutes and 5 seconds, so let's see when we hear the AI going through that checkpoint. And this is bumpy. Look at this bump right there. Bump, bump, bump. Whose idea was it to have a race in pigeons through here? Oh, goodness. Okay, well, that was really close to tipping over. We were actually in the middle of the road when we started to tip. You know, I haven't heard the AI yet hit that checkpoint. So they're up there. They just hit it. So they're about 25 seconds behind me already. I have a massive lead on them. I don't have much to worry about. Let's see how fast we can go. Look at this. We're going up the hill and it's still pulling. We got up to 70 miles per hour on an uphill with a pigeon. That's pretty impressive. And I was thinking about pushing it to 75, except I'm pretty sure that would have been too fast because we were at like 73 and I slammed on the brakes and I barely slowed down enough to actually make it through that corner. If I tried to get up to 75, we would have shot through that corner and off of the edge of the mountain, I'm pretty sure. So it looks like this one is definitely going to be a little bit longer than the last one because we're only halfway through it in terms of checkpoints, but we've already been driving for 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And again, if we were to try to estimate it, I would say 6 minutes, but the checkpoint distance can vary, so it's really hard to say for certain if it'll be 6 minutes. I think the last 2 checkpoints are always kind of close, it seems like. So maybe it'll be 6 minutes, maybe it'll be a little less. And could that have been a shortcut if we like just dove off the edge or went through that dirt right there? Oh, I'm really curious about that. I'm glad I didn't try it because I have a good lead and I can't risk doing something really stupid. And I think I'll be able to tell. So, dirt road would not have worked as a shortcut. Diving off the cliff might have worked. Like, I would have needed to be really lucky and landed in a way where I could keep driving, which probably would not have happened, but it is possible, I would say. That would be interesting, though, if you had a race where on the final lap or any lap you could cut through the dirt like that and there's always the chance of things going terribly, terribly wrong. And you just have to weigh your chances. Like, do you want to take the risk to jump off the edge of the mountain and maybe keep driving, but gain 10 seconds in the process? And you got to decide. If it was me, yeah, I would probably try it every time. I want to get that optimal run, be as fast as possible. If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. If there's a high likelihood of crashing, I'm going to take that risk every time without fail. Unless, of course, you know, you're racing against the AI and you have like a 40-second lead on them, then maybe not in that situation. But if it was a close race, yeah, I'm doing it. And we're already about at 5 minutes almost. So yeah, definitely going to be the longest one, considering we're now at checkpoint 7 out of 12. And it was a while ago we were at 6 out of 12. But we're going to be hitting 8 out of 12. These last checkpoints might be a little bit closer. We'll see. And actually, is this finishing on the same road the other one finished? Like, did we kind of go on a straight line last time and then this time we took a detour? I want to say yes. Like, I remember the start pretty clearly, but by the end, I was just kind of more focused on driving and not really paying attention to where I was going. So I'm not positive with that. But yeah, we're hitting the checkpoints a lot more consistently now. So I'm thinking this thing will be done pretty soon, even though we got 3 checkpoints left. Yeah, there's the next one already. And I got such a massive lead. Just take it easy. The AI just hit the last checkpoint that I hit, and that's like forever ago, basically. So the checkpoint turned white once the AI hit theirs. You can see it right there. The checkpoint color is meaningless in this situation. It's just sometimes AI going through a checkpoint kind of messes things up. It's not that I somehow missed a checkpoint or something. Whoa, but I did miss the road, and oh my goodness. No, don't crash. That's funny. So I almost crashed twice, right? And it was into those bus stops. If those bus stops weren't there, I would have been good to go. But because they're there, it's like, man, how did I almost crash 2 times now? Stinking bus stops. Who designed them like that? They really do look filthy, though, when you look at them. On Jungle Rock Island, that is. So yes, though, every race on this scenario thing took place on Jungle Rock Island. And the final one has a finish that looks like this. And we're finishing in the same place, I'm pretty sure. And that'll do it for Drive the Pigeon. The race is pretty hard and long, but you won, and that is what's important. Take the Ibishu Pigeon van. It's a gift for me, and there is hell a lot of cash in the back you need to count after you reach home. How do I know that cash is real? I don't trust him. He's sketchy. It's probably fake cash because he races pigeons, man. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. Till next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.